Hi and hello, we are back for another What Everybody Wednesday and another episode of the What Everybody Podcast. Man, this music feels like a 1980s bar mitzvah. Ha! On today's episode, we do another dive into Ryan's OCD with his trip to Los Angeles on the horizon. Jonny, as usual, decides not to hold back and maybe, just maybe, gets just a little too personal. And much more. However, that more, I don't remember what it is. So, I guess sit back, grab a rack of ribs because that sounds really good right now, a bottle of Pinot Noir, some toilet paper, and enjoy the show. Now, with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny. Yeah. So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us again here.
Johnny's just woke up, as you can probably.
I woke up to Harris yelling at me.
I know. I just get uptight, dude. I don't know. I just freak out when it comes to packing. I hate packing. It's like,
what are you packing? That's like such a big deal. It's like some shirts, some pants, some underwear. Like,
well, I'm just trying to tell myself that it's not tour. Like you just said, you don't have to pack everything. If you forget it, go buy it. If you don't feel like taking
even when it is
it.
tour, you can get anything anywhere you need anyways. Unless it's a piece of equipment. And even the equipment, you can get anywhere.
Look at you sitting back with your smugness telling me how how easy it is.
Listen, dude, I got my own stress that I'm just like, whatever.
You all right today? You all right?
Whatever. I literally woke up to feeling your phone call buzzing on my leg, and then I looked at the clock and, oh, fuck, it's 11:30. So I called you immediately back. I wasn't even awake yet. I was
that was probably why you got the most annoyed, Ryan Harris, because when you called me back, I had just hung up, and it was like I tried to call you twice, didn't answer, and just hung up, and there it is. So whatever, dude. You know what? I wasn't even planning on doing this. You know what you need? I'm going to do a product review without doing a product review. Have you seen this stuff?
No.
Zip Fizz. Terrible name. I keep wanting to call it like fizz-pop or fizzy-pop, but Zip Fizz. That's a little tube. It's got a bunch of vitamins in it. And let me tell you, when I say a bunch of vitamins, B12, 104,167% your daily value.
So where do you get that?
I ordered it on Amazon.
And what is it, a 5-hour energy in a tube?
It's just vitamins. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably drinking the poison. And I don't know what it is really, but it's like it tastes delicious. Peach mango.
Do you eat it or do you drink it?
No, it's like a little powder. You put it in water and you drink it. And I'll tell you what, I've had one the past couple of days with 0 coffee and I'm shot out of a rocket. Probably why I came in hot with you sleeping in today, you know? Whatever, man.
Let's call it what it is. You came in hot because you're stressed out, probably for no reason whatsoever. What time's your flight tomorrow? Yeah. Your flight's tomorrow. It's not even fucking today. So what time's your flight tomorrow? I'm
not good at mornings, man. I got to be ready before I go to bed.
Mornings.
That's how I work.
It's fucking 2:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 there.
I'm talking tomorrow. I'm not good at mornings, so I want to get all my stuff done today. So that, you know, okay. Episode
so give me
50.
A list
what is
of
this?
Things.
What is this? 58. 58. Ryan's 58. Uptight. It took us 58 episodes to realize that Ryan's uptight.
We're gonna learn what it is what takes so long to pack to go away.
Nothing.
Just like, okay, so then what are you packing? That's
OCD.
Like I gotta get it done.
I'm packing OCD, baby.
It's got to be perfectly placed in there.
You got to like file the shirts and then like, you know what the hardest part of packing?
Shirts.
You know what the hardest part of packing is? I'll tell you the hardest part of packing.
What does filing the shirts mean?
It sounds stupid. You just like, I don't stack them. I put them like, it's hard. I'll show a picture. I think I have a picture of what filing shirts is. You put them like straight so it takes up less space. You can bring more shirts, but it takes up less space.
What about if you rolled them and just, you can't have them stacked on each other?
I've never done the rolling. I'm not against it, but I've just never done it. I don't have the.
So what? Like it's like kind of like they're like folded. Like if you went to like a Gap store and they have all the T-shirts on display, they're all like all the larges are like in a pile, but they're all folded. It's like a folded pile.
Okay, so take your laundry. You just washed 10 shirts, whatever. I don't imagine you're a folder, but say you were. Are you a folder?
Yeah, but I fold bad. I don't fold like everyone else.
It's fine. It's fine. Who cares if you fold bad? But like you fold a shirt and then you stack it.
I might not shower, but I do fold my clothes out of the laundry.
Well, you know, like, okay, imagine your shirt sitting flat, stacked straight up, you know, like that. So you have your stack. Do this without getting the microphone in the way. You have your stack, but then when you put it in your suitcase, you just like put it that way. So it's sort of like a bookshelf. A suitcase is sort of like a shirt bookshelf.
So like you take the
You
stack
coughed, I'll say that again. You coughed, I'll say that again. Shirt bookshelf.
You take the stack of shirts and you turn it on its side.
Yeah.
So what the convenience is what you can pull it out? It sounds like that'd be messier.
Yeah. You could look at all your clothes at one time without unpacking.
Wow. I never
Johnny, you've
once
toured
thought of
Johnny,
this.
you've toured with me for 10 years. You've toured with me for over 10 years and you've never seen my suitcase?
I can't say that I've taken detailed notice of like this is what's going on in there. I have taken notice that like I've never seen anybody's suitcase so clean before.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
I know. The fact that
I might as well just start wearing Tighty-Whitey underwear and just be the uptight guy. It might just be my role. My later in life role is uptight Tighty-Whitey guy.
I don't think you need to move to Tighty-Whiteys to become that guy. I think you've really achieved it pretty soundly.
It sort of completes the package, wouldn't you say?
I just don't relate to any of this because like I stress out before I have to leave anywhere. I'm with you. But the reason I stress out, well, I wait to the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I was to do it right now and I was leaving, like, let me guess your flight's probably what? Tomorrow at like noon?
12:50. Yeah.
12:50. Okay. So you're going to leave at the airport about,
one-way flight, $606. No big deal. No big deal.
How much?
One-way flight, $606. Cool, buddy.
Wow. That's a lot.
I had points.
Oh, yeah, there's that. So you're leaving tomorrow at noonish. Mm-hmm. Got to get there at 9 o'clock. It's 3:30 in the afternoon when I got a call of Irish stressing out because he's getting ready for his flight 24 hours from now.
Yeah.
In which it's just basically, now it sounds even worse because it sounds like he's already washed his clothes and packing isn't a matter of picking things. It's a matter of taking a stack and flipping it. It doesn't make sense why, like, at 10 o'clock tonight, you're like, all right, I'm just going to pack my bag and I'm good to go. Instead of being like, oh, Jew boy over there must have had a rough day yesterday, decided to drink when he hasn't been drinking, and then eat a Valium.
First of all.
So therefore, he was sleeping.
First of all, I wouldn't call you that. Second of all, you took all that stuff.
Look at my hair.
That's your business, but
why would you take all that stuff? Product in it.
Simply, why would you take all that stuff when you know that we're doing a podcast today? Is a legitimate question. I think I'm allowed to ask. You know,
I as Fred Durst likes to say, I had just one of those days, bro. It was one of those days where like you contemplate life.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought you were going to go the break stuff route, but yeah, I get it. I get it.
I don't.
Oh, it is. That is the same song. That is that song.
Right, it is. And when I say contemplate life, I don't mean contemplating ending life. I mean contemplating my path in life.
You doing all right? You doing all right, man? Do I need to morally support you now that I'm not annoyed anymore? See, here's what happened. I'm not annoyed anymore, but I can tell that you still are. So
I'm not annoyed. If there was anything that I got annoyed about was that because of your little episode, I didn't feel comfortable sitting out and taking a shit when I woke up this morning. So I'm walking around like fucking full over here.
Well, don't let me affect your habits, man. I mean,
I'm too puckered, man. Like I'm sitting down and going, man, I got to take a shit, but Harris is going to rip my head off, and it's like.
Well, buddy, on your way home, stop and get a Zip Fizz, and I think it'll solve all your problems for the entirety of the day.
Well, dude, you want to know what solved all my problems?
I bought it off Amazon. You could probably find it in Walgreens. I don't know, ish.
So last week there was some constipation going on in my household.
Like more than one person? Like everybody's constipated?
Well, me and my better half.
Okay.
Well, my better half helped me. So my better half, she looks online, and she decides that the massage gun is the way to handle this situation. Okay,
I'm listening. You have my full attention.
So she starts with a little massage along the top of my intestine, pushes it around. Then she pulls out the massage gun and she does it. I'm like, oh, that hurts. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then, she stops. Cool. I'm like, that was a waste of fucking time. 30 minutes later, dude, it was like I was going for a colonoscopy. I was in the shitter for fucking like 2.5 hours. It wouldn't stop. Anytime I would stand up, my intestine, because I was like in that position, so I would stand up and straighten out, and my intestine would be like, oh, there's more now because you stretched it out. And then I'd sit back down. And like, dude, it was unbelievable.
All right. I have a series of questions. Okay. I'm going to. I wanted so badly.
And just to finish it off, the next day was the most perfect, seamless break, solid piece of poop. The next day,
double taper turd. But anyway, so my questions. I have a series of yes or no questions. They may not all be yes or no, but I want it to be a series of questions.
I'll do a blinker in the meantime.
Okay, cool. We'll listen to you cough. What did you eat?
Okay. You know what I did? You know what caused it? It's actually, all right. So I have a habit of like not being able to just eat like one or two or something. So if I buy a box of Tic Tacs, I'll eat the whole box within like 30 minutes. It was a mint, like some kind of spearmint mint. Okay. They're the white ones that have the green in the center. And there must have been
like
some
Lifesaver.
kind. Exactly. Lifesavers, but they're.
Yeah, they had the little green thing in the middle. Those are good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fan.
They're good. I ate the whole box of those things in like fucking like a half hour.
And the spearmint blocked you up.
Something must have been in there where it just made me like blocked me up and gave me gas pains and stuff. It was horrible.
So you took one of those like massage guns and
massaged the top of the intestine from the right side across the top to the left.
It can't be a coincidence. I had to have broken it up, I guess.
No, it definitely is. She found that information online. She basically gave me a natural laxative because when I've taken a laxative in the past, the same things happen. I've sat on the shitter for like 2.5, 3 hours.
No. This is a very fair question.
I should have weighed myself. I should have weighed myself before and after.
Yes, you absolutely should have. 2.5 to 3 hours. How active were you? I don't mean phone. I don't mean how much did you read online. Like of that 2 to 3 hours.
I would have like 2 explosions, and then I would like sit there for like a minute just to see if I'm cool and think I was cool and be like, all right, cool. Then I would stand up to like go wash my hands and like, oh, I ain't cool, and I'd sit back down, and the same thing would happen. And that happened for like 2.5 hours. Eventually, I just was sitting there, just like I don't want to stand up because that means I'm gonna have to go again, and I don't want to have to go again. Like it became like a thing where I was like, I wanted to get out of there. So the next day, she's like, how did it work? I'm like, it worked great. She's like, you want me to do it again? I'm like, I don't feel like sitting on the shitter for 3 hours tonight.
Did you feel like a brand new man?
Yeah, dude, because for the next couple of days after that, it was just like as
felt
if
like
I
you were
had like a perfectly clear colon because it was just like coming out solid, long, one piece you want to take a picture of. I might have taken a picture of a couple of
felt
those.
Like you were in like better shape as a result. Yeah. You know what? This is totally gross. This is a very gross podcast, but
it is, but
I hope this helps somebody. I hope this.
Picture.
Yeesh, I don't know if I want to see that. I hope this helps somebody, though.
I think I have a picture.
If you guys are a little stuffed up out there, go get a massage gun. And is there some sort of what was the pattern used of the massage gun?
Oh wow! Look at that.
You're not listening.
No, I found a picture. You want to see it?
Yeah, I do.
You can't. I don't want to show. I don't want the whole world to see. But you want to see it? I'll show you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't want to see it. While I'm thinking, can you answer my question? What was the pattern used with the massage gun?
From the top right under my ribs here, across the top of my intestine, under my rib cage, and then down the left side.
It's like right to left above your belly button, and then down.
Like right to left above my belly button, and then down. Yeah, like where your intestine goes.
It's like one pass, or was it multiple swipes?
No, it was. She did it enough for like I felt uncomfortable. Like I felt it moving. You know what I mean? Like and she like she felt it in there. That's why she's like, oh, we should do that because she like could feel like I was backed up.
Again, this is a total gross topic, but I think this is going to help.
But it's everything. It's everything. Everybody does it. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I had to go to the supermarket and buy toilet paper, and I'm walking through the toilet paper aisle. And I pick it up going through the rest of the supermarket, just carrying rolls of toilet paper. And I'm like, man, why
Just
is it
letting the
embarrassing?
world know that you shit.
Why is it embarrassing to carry toilet paper? But then I'm looking around, I'm like, you know what? All these fucking assholes buy toilet paper too. That fucking smoking hot chick over there takes a shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Shows that you're comfortable with your girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty, it's weird though, man. Like, if you ever stayed in a hotel room with me, like, I won't take a shit without leaving the water running.
Still do that?
I leave the water running when I'm shitting. I like need the flow. It's like taking a piss, you know, like you hear water, you take a piss.
Yes or no question. Yes or no question. You just said that you were occupied for 2.5 to 3 hours. Was the water running that whole time?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We found the reason LA's in drought.
Because I shit.
You. You alone.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen.
Well, we've gotten to it's like whenever the firefighters put out a fire and they like of all the burned wreckage afterwards, they're like, oh well, it was this match right here, this like needle in a haystack. It's like, well, whenever they figure out why LA's in a drought, they're like, well, Jonny ate some lifesavers.
So what do you got?
So what do I got? What do I got?
What do you got?
Check this out.
What's going
So
on?
there's a marching band playing.
They're walking in the wrong direction.
And then this happens. I think they're in Ireland. This guy comes out and throws a garbage can at him.
Oh, he threw a bin at them. Oh, fuck.
And the entire marching band goes after this dude.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait a second. They're fighting him?
He ran back in his house, so this marching band takes the trash can that they threw at him, that he threw at them.
They just smashed the fucking window.
I can't
They threw it at his house?
I can't talk over that person. So this dude comes out of his house as a marching band is playing and going down the street, and he takes a trash bin and throws it at the band. Apparently he was annoyed by the noise, and the entire band turned on him. He ran into his house. They got the trash bin and broke his front window. And I love that video.
How'd you find that one?
I got sources. Just, it all goes back to people assume that there's not going to be repercussions.
Dude, so I watched this video. You said assume, so it made me... good segue into what I found last night.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't talk shit to Kevin Durant when you're at the basketball game because he can and will kick your ass, you know?
Did he do that?
No, I just... First name I thought of when I thought of basketball. They tend to get
He's
shat
a
talked
nice
a
guy.
lot.
Why talking shit about Durant? Huh?
I'm not. I'm a fan. You were going to say? I'd had a good segue.
So I stumble upon a video that says police grill accused murderer Sarah Boone the morning after after her boyfriend's found dead. Okay.
Police grill accused murderer morning after boyfriend is found
accused.
dead.
Yeah, accused suitcase murderer.
Okay.
But the original video just said accused murderer. So I start watching this, and I'm like, I watch this video. I'm like, this chick is like kind of like this chick.
Hot?
I don't know. No, complete sociopath. Like nothing about is the dead boyfriend. Everything seems to be about like her worrying about whatever. So then I start digging. I'm like, what is this bitch accused of doing anyway? Because it just says accused murderer. Mm-hmm. So I put her name in the YouTube
Into the Google.
into the YouTube
Google
search. Okay.
Google. Who is this bitch?
So I do that, and then I find all it said before was police grill alleged murderer Sarah Boone the morning her boyfriend's found dead. That's all it says. Mm-hmm. So then I put in Sarah Boone, and I find this video comes up first. Comes up, man dies while begging for help after girlfriend allegedly locked him in a suitcase. Listen to this.
Is that the actual suitcase?
For
Yeah,
everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
it's crazy.
Fuck you.
Yikes. This is real?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Stupid. Sarah.
All right,
That's
so
my name. Don't wear it out.
okay.
All right, I got
so
a
now
couple,
you got
couple of things here. I got a couple things here.
okay. So like, all right, so I find that video, and then I find the interrogation video after that, where this fucking cunt, dude, Jesus Christ, she's such a sociopathic fucking lunatic.
Is that real video?
Yeah, dude, because like, you want to see the interrogation video where they show her the video? She's like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Guy died.
Just can't. Well, yeah, that's terribly sad. It's also an awful way to die. Holy crap, an awful way to die.
My worst fear is like being buried alive.
Buried alive is kind of the same thing.
It is. That's my biggest fear.
Hey man, how you letting someone put you in a suitcase?
This is what she said. This
how you letting someone put you in a suitcase?
This is what her excuse was. This is what she said. She goes, "We were having a great night. We had a little wine." The first day they didn't get drunk. The second day when she realized she was fucked, she was like, I was drunk. It was alcohol. It wasn't intentional. She basically says they were doing puzzles. They were having fun running around the house. And then they decided to play hide and go seek. And he thought it would be funny to hide in the suitcase. Yeah, it was apparently a joke. And they're like, yeah, but he's saying he can't breathe. He's saying he can't breathe, and you're saying fuck off. They're like, well, I wasn't saying it. That's how we talk to each other. Then she goes to sleep. She goes, and then the cop goes, yeah, but you consciously went upstairs and laid down and went to bed. And she goes, yeah, but I left it open for her 2 fingers to get out. He was able to get out. I don't understand.
Also, you can't zip a suitcase from inside. Bro, science, but I'm assuming you can't zip a suitcase from inside.
No, she said she left left enough hole for 2 fingers to get out and open it.
Cool, he's still all scrunched up.
So they're like, okay, so you went upstairs. You didn't mean to fall asleep, but you consciously walked upstairs when he said he couldn't breathe. And then 30 minutes go by, and you still don't even come down and wonder why he hasn't come to bed yet.
All right, I'm gonna sound like a terrible human being here. Is this perhaps Darwinism working at its finest? Do you know what that means? Survival of the fittest. If you're a gentleman, listen, I'm going to sound like an asshole right here. I know it. But if you're a gentleman that's unable to defend yourself from being put in a suitcase by your girlfriend and then unable to get your 2 fingers to unzip it from the inside, maybe you're not the strongest swimmer in the pool? Is that fair to say?
The next day when they did the interrogation, the day before, she said they weren't fighting or nothing like that. But they're like, well, we got, we got the autopsy back, and like he's got contusions on his face, and he's got like this. She's like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch him. She's like, you got it. Like, I mean, like she's just. You watch the video, you're like, you're so guilty, and this is what I want to know, man. This is the one thing I don't know.
Are you expecting us to believe that you stuffed him in a suitcase without punching him in the face?
Right, or he just got in there for fun.
Or just to assume that his butthole doesn't hurt.
She was saying shit like. She's like, I can't breathe. And she's like, well, that's how I felt when you cheated on me. This is what I don't understand, okay? They read people their rights. When they read you your rights, you know that you're probably going to be getting arrested, right? Mm-hmm. They say you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have an attorney present, okay?
Yeah, but they just talk.
They never get an attorney. Like, why didn't this bitch be like, well, I want an attorney here? Why does nobody ask for a lawyer? Because they think that if they ask for a lawyer, that makes them look guilty. No, it makes you look fucking smart.
I'm calling Saul Goodman. I got one phone call, and I'm better call Saul. Fizz-pop, zip fizz, man. Got me jacked to the nines.
My asshole feels like it's juicing, dude. Swear to God.
Dude, if you took one of these, it would solve your problems today. I'm telling you that. Go get one. Go get one and try it. Just conduct an experiment and let me know how that plays out. Okay.
I'm bored of everything I'm eating because I'm only eating one thing now.
Is it pizza? You're eating pizzas?
Yeah.
Every day? Okay.
Every day I'm making, because they sell these Stonefire flatbread crusts at the supermarket. They're fucking amazing.
Actually sounds really good. Yeah, it sounds really good.
Right.
So what are you putting on it?
I'm putting Prego pizza sauce. Right. Oregano.
Basic.
Oregano, lots of oregano, lots of oregano.
Which I like.
Grilled chicken.
Sounds good.
I cook it, and then I add more oregano and crushed red pepper.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad at all, dude.
It's not. Guarantee if you ate it, you'd be like, this is good. As you all do on the road. Every one of you motherfuckers.
You know
Give
what?
me shit, then they try my food, and they're like, you know what? It's lighter.
Everyone out there listening's probably going to be like, oh, Ryan's such a yes man, saying that sounds like a good pizza. It sounds like shit. But you know what? I used to think that the cheeseless pizza thing was bizarre. With Tori, you'd get a cheeseless pizza, and it would look gross. It would look dried out and nasty.
Gross, dried out
because
and
I
nasty.
hadn't tried it yet. It's what it looked like to me, you know?
Dried out and nasty?
What does cheese look like to you?
Yo, I saw your girlfriend the other day. She looked great. She looked dried out and nasty.
Now my butthole hurts. What do you think about cheese on? What do you think cheese looks like? You don't like
Gross.
it, so it doesn't look good to you, right? So I like cheese, so a cheeseless pizza looked gross to me. And then one day I was famished hungry, and I had a piece of cheeseless pizza.
I had nothing else to eat but my cheeseless pizza.
And you offered, and it was really good. Since that day, I've become the yes man that says cheeseless pizza's okay in my book.
My first experience eating pizza was taking cheese off of pizza. So, like, I guess my palate's used to fucking tasting the grease of cheese on pizza. But there are some cheeses out there that are just some of, like, you'll be sitting at a table with somebody who got some fancy-ass, schmancy-ass, fucking-ass salad at a restaurant. And it comes with, like, crumbled blue cheese or some fucking shit, and you're like,
blue cheese,
yo,
blue
asshole,
cheese.
What? Are you the only dick in this goddamn restaurant? Nobody has to sit around that fucking piece of shit smell of yours.
Blue cheese can kick rocks. It's disgusting.
And then, dude, there's this one cheese that my girl, she got, like, when she was used to work at Beverly Hills, somebody gave it to her as, like, a gift for Christmas, and it, like, Gouda or something like that.
Oh, it's delicious.
Like, dude, she had the
Gouda's
audacity to fucking eat that in my bedroom. And I walked in my bedroom. I'm like, dude, like, listen. I go, like, these are just lines you don't fucking cross. It's like, this is where I fucking sleep. I hate fucking cheese, and you just brought that into my fucking sleeping quarters.
Simply no better.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Simply no better. But also, don't talk like that to your girlfriend. You know.
Well, I just hit her.
Put her in the suitcase till she learns her lesson. Get the cheese out of the room. You know?
Right.
Before we wrap this podcast up, I would like to take one more opportunity to say, go get yourself one of these, buddy. Go get yourself
Zip
one of
Fizz.
those.
I got to order that off the... So you're coming out here. What's the plan? What are we doing? Are we going to do a podcast together? I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I want to be in the same room with you. You might...
Because I'm too intense? You're afraid that I might... You're afraid that I'm too much man? Too much man for one room?
Yeah, too violent. You're violent.
I'm not violent.
You going to do any kickboxing while you're here?
I should do some
why wouldn't
boxing
you?
while I'm out there.
Pop in.
Yeah.
No, I predict you don't want to go home when said and done at the end.
You're not wrong.
Because when you go home, you'll be going back to like, it's starting to get cold out there.
First of all, no, it's not. Second of
Actually,
all,
no,
I'll be
it's
coming
August,
back.
right?
You know what? I'm getting hardwood floors put in my house because I'm classy, dude. I'm
Do you have to
Gatsby.
pay for that? Or does like the landlord?
No, I found a company that's going to do it for free.
How much is something like that? How much does that cost, and why spend the money on it?
Because I really want it to be done.
You're all worried about you're like, I can't come move. I can't do anything. I had money. So I just got hardwood floors put into my place.
It's nice to do things that make you feel good about the stuff that you own, Johnny. That's why I'm doing it.
I don't own
nice.
much.
Well, you could.
I could.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
No. That actually.
You're saying I'm
hold
not
on.
going to want to come home, but I'm looking forward to seeing my new hardwood floors when I get home because I made the appointment to get my hardwood floors put in, and then these plans came about, and I was like, oh well, shoot, I'm not going to be there for that. So
how much? Two-part question. How much does it cost for the hardwood floors, and how much does it up the value of your house?
Two good questions. I got like 50% off, so that's what made me interested in doing it.
50% off of what?
It was like $4,000, and they took 50% off. So I'm paying. It's like after tax, it's like $2,000.
So how does it make you feel that for the same price of getting your hardwood floors done is the same price it costs you to get your eyes done?
How's that even relate?
Well, that's exactly my point. How does one that can change your fucking life by being able to see cost $4,000, and then
getting my eyes
then getting hardwood floors, and you just walk all over that shit, and that's the same equivalent, and you pay the same price for that.
Yeah,
that seems crazy. It seems like the floor should cost $1,000 at most, and that the eyes cost $4,000 because it changes life.
Well, they're very difficult to scratch. They're very, very difficult to scratch. They're not.
Well, your eyes are the floors.
Well, my eyes are difficult to scratch because you can't touch me, and the floors are difficult to scratch because they're very well made.
So how much does it up the value of your house?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
You got to guess because it has to. It's enhancement. So enhancements increase value.
Call it $5,000-$10,000.
All right, so that's cool. So you invest all right, let's say it costs $4,000. You invest $4,000 to make $1,000 to $6,000. That's good investment.
I think that's probably a fair bro science breakdown of the numbers.
So that leads me to my other topic. I wasn't even going to talk about, but I am now.
Now that you want to just do the questions, and it could be a part of the questions, and then we'll be out of here. Ryan, I can go pack.
We could do questions, or we don't even have to do questions. We can just keep talking. Check it out. I watched this documentary the other day on the 2008 stock market crash and what these fucking scumbags did. Yeah, it's fascinating. What's fascinating is the government bailed them out, and they shouldn't have. They should have let those motherfuckers die because they deserve it. But it's because of things like owning things. Now, what I learned is the richest people in the world in 2007, the top 1% of our population in America owned...
The top 1% of the 1%.
Owned 70% of the wealth in America in 2007. Mm-hmm. They said the biggest difference, and this makes you smart, I guess. He said the biggest difference is people who have money don't buy things. They buy assets. So now they probably buy things and assets because they have enough money to buy both. But people who don't have a lot of money, they buy things. Maybe they need a refrigerator or they got to get a computer or whatever. Yeah. Those things don't get value. They don't go up in value. They devalue. So like rich people are constantly buying things that just keep making them richer. It's a really fucked up system we have here in this country.
That's why I was looking at houses.
Capitalism got out of control, and they fucked so many people with that housing bubble where they got all these people. Like, I don't believe they were all bad people, the mortgage brokers. I believe they were just playing the game, not realizing how they were completely fucking people's lives up. Really bad.
Well, yeah, I think there's probably some shadiness going on there, but that's why I was looking at houses not too long ago. It's like, well, if my value has gone up, I can try to get something that has more value with minimal remortgage.
Was it a good time to buy? And if it was, why?
It was an awful time to buy because because my value went up, so did everybody else's. So I just wasn't able to bridge that gap. But I don't know why I'm making those voices.
That's how they were screwing the people because they were valued. That the housing market was going up, and everybody's houses they were valued at a certain level. And so then people were remortgaging their houses on that value, and then the value of their houses never went up any further. They started to go down. So they remortgaged on a value.
They were giving people bank loans that they really shouldn't have qualified for too during that time.
Yeah, real crazy stuff. Anyway, questions. What kind of questions you got? I just wanted to go there because I thought you made a smart decision by buying something that was more of an investment as opposed to a good.
Yeah, you got to be like that, man. You got to be like.
It's crazy is the car market's so fucked up right now. My car's a 2020. I bought it for $24,000. Okay,
yeah,
it's a 2020. It's 2022. My trade-in value is worth $2,000 more than what I bought the car for right now.
Same here, man. Same here.
I've thought about maybe I should trade it in, but I'm like, well, there's no cars to get.
There's no cars to get. My lease was up, and I really like my car, so I wanted to keep it. So I go in, and they were trying to get that car back hardcore.
Really?
I was like, no, I want to keep it. They're like, well, we're not going to finance it to you because I was on unemployment at the time because stuff happened in 2020, and they're like, unemployment doesn't count as income.
There was a pandemic.
And then I had a little moment.
Why didn't you just say you were self-employed? Because you are.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, I should have thought of that, and I didn't think of that. I was just like, I wasn't expecting that question, and I just answered it. And then they were like, well, we can't finance it to you. And I was like, well, it's your commission, so I'll just pay for the remainder of it in a little bit of a moment of stubbornness.
What did they were they like, whoa, hold up? Or did they
they're like, well, I guess you could do that if you wanted to. And I was like, it's your commission. I went out and got my checkbook and then had the driving home version of the walk of shame feeling after I did that. I was like, man, I just make a mistake.
Well, now you own your car outright, though, don't you?
Then a day or two passes, and I'm like, cool, that guy made less commission. That made me feel fine. Here's a question.
Yeah.
What would you do if I threw a garbage can at you?
I'd first look at you in awe and shock and be like, why would you do that?
Why wouldn't you do that?
Why would you do that? That's what I would do.
Because you were playing the drums and making noise.
And then I'd be like, oh yeah, motherfucker?
Throw it back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do if I threw a trash can at you?
I would zip myself inside of it and ask you to help me out.
Yeah. So,
please let me out.
If your girlfriend asked you to put her in a suitcase to play hide and go seek, would you do it?
If she asked me to put her in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hilarious. I wouldn't leave her in there.
Maybe that's what the chick really thought, because that's what she kept saying. It's like, it was funny. But she's saying it's funny, but she's going, fuck you.
Yeah,
this is how I felt when you were cheating on me.
There was anger in there.
Drunk. Dude, you know what's scary, dude? It's like, every girlfriend I've ever had gets really mad at me sometimes when they're drunk. If there's ever really bad arguments when they've been drinking, and they've all had that tone at one point or another where they're like, fuck you.
So what? It's like the crypt keeper.
You
like,
fucking
what are you
loser.
Doing? What are you doing to spawn that on more than one scenario?
Okay, it's my own fault. I argue. I don't mean to argue. But
there we go.
I'm also not scared to argue, where I think a lot of people, especially here in California, avoid arguing like the fucking plague. Like, God forbid.
Johnny, it's not being scared of arguing. It's just simply not wanting to get all riled up.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, for me, I don't want to argue ever.
Oh,
I totally got in the way of you talking about your past relationships, and that was my mistake. That was my mistake.
You should have heard a tape recording of yourself this morning. Anyway.
Yeah, but that was in the past.
Oh, right. So I guess people are like, because I talk everything to the ground, I think people avoid talking to me about issues, because like I tend to talk about shit to the ground. So what happens is they don't talk about shit. They'll sweep it under the rug. They sweep it under the rug, sweep it under the rug. Then they get drunk. And when they get drunk, all of a sudden, everything that was swept under the rug has been tripped over. And now I'm a loser devil of the world for everyone. Here's
what you need to do to complete the scenario in my head. Let her zip you in a suitcase. And then you could sit there in a suitcase being, please let me out. Please let me out. And she's like, you just couldn't let it go, could you? Piece of shit.
Funny. That's funny, because my chick says that to me all the time. She goes, just let it go.
All right. So now that I have educated you on the greatest pick-me-up since an espresso shot, a fizzy-pop, Zip Fizz, are you going to try it?
No, probably not. If I stumble upon it at a gas station or something, sure. I don't think I'm going to go ordering that off of a...
You really ought to.
What made you try that anyway?
My friend gave me one and I liked it, so I bought it the next day.
Interesting.
Simple as that.
It's a 5-hour energy in a little tablet.
It is.
I haven't had one of those in years.
5-hour energy is like, it's nowhere near that.
It can't be good for you.
It's far superior.
It's got to be complete chemicals, 5-hour energy.
Yes, I agreed that it probably is complete chemicals. This doesn't seem to be any chemicals at all. It's just vitamins. Bunch of B vitamins. Some caffeine.
How do they make vitamins like an actual thing? Like, meaning you can't look at something and go, there's vitamin D.
Well, yes, you can. Well, yes, you can.
Oh, how?
You find things that have that in it, and then they turn it into a supplement. So, like,
that's how it works. So
say an orange. Say an orange has vitamin C. You can,
But you don't see vitamin C. There's no truth to that. Like, yeah, maybe there is vitamin C, but how do we know they're not just telling us there's vitamin C?
You've been watching too much conspiracy shit, dude. You got to get off the YouTubes. How do I know that this has vitamins in it? Because I feel fantastic right now. I feel like I could go.
But how do you know that's that? How do you know that's not just mind over matter?
It doesn't matter. If it's mind over matter, still worked.
I drank this thing. I'm awake and I'm lively now.
Still worked. I don't care.
Wouldn't you trust a guy with a hairdo like mine?
You know I trust you. You know I trust you with most things. With most things, I don't trust you to be on time.
There's vitamin E in the cup. The cup has vitamin E.
Vitamin caffeine. Itself. You got vitamin caffeine
just the
in
cup.
That coffee.
The actual this paper here it's got vitamin E in it.
It very well could. But you know, I don't. To answer your question, dude, I don't think any answer that I provide is going to be sufficient for you.
JFK, was it a single bullet that killed him?
I don't believe so.
It's impossible. It's fucking impossible.
It's a bit impossible.
His head goes in both directions. It gets blown off in the back and then gets blown off in the front. Somebody explain to me how one bullet is going to do that.
Well, also, that same bullet apparently lodged itself in the wrist of the vice president. Was it the vice president? The guy was he in the front seat? Who was in the front seat?
No, he was the governor of Texas.
He got shot in the arm.
Wasn't it the governor of Texas or something?
Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, but the guy that was in the front passenger seat got shot in the arm. So that bullet did all that stuff and then still. How are we talking about JFK, dude?
I think what I'm going to do when we get off
conspiracy
this podcast
theories
is
are
watch
not good for you.
Documentary, a JFK assassination documentary.
Yeah, you got to get off the conspiracy theories, bro.
I mean, listen, the election was stolen, bro. I'm joking. It was not stolen.
Wouldn't have happened under Obama. I'm going to say that every podcast from now on because it's funny to me. Hey, man, I got the question of the day for you. Will you pick me up at LAX?
No.
Wait for it.
No. Not at that hour.
Not at any hour. Hour.
There would be. If you were coming in at 2 o'clock on a Monday, I would.
Like in the afternoon or in the morning?
Like Saturday, Sunday, mid-afternoon, I 100% would pick you up from the airport. But at that hour, on a Friday night at 6:30, even if it's not crowded inside the airport, everything outside the airport. That's why tickets are cheaper at that time, coming in at like 5 o'clock on Fridays.
Cheaper?
And shit.
It was not cheaper for me, buddy.
All I'm saying is they get you because they'd be like, oh, dude, cool, look at this. It's only this amount of money. And then you get in and the airport's, you're like, the airport's empty. This is great. And then you get on the freeway, you're like, I get it now.
Yeah.
This is horrible. Yeah.
Well, I did make one smart decision. I was like, I wanted to fly into Burbank, but I was like, oh, I better check like where I'm going.
You're going to Marina Del Rey. That would be a dumb choice.
It'd be a significant difference in the price of
You're
the
like
Uber.
right there at the LAX.
Yeah. So I did that. Here's what I want to do. I want to land and then be driven to my apartment, but I don't have that anymore. So I'm going to do the best that I can. You know.
My guess is you have one by the time you're leaving them.
We'll see. I'm probably
What's your plans?
Get it.
What are you doing? Like
So I'm going there for a week. I'm gonna stay there for a week, and then my buddy, he's out of town. He's getting back in town. I'll probably stay for like a day or something like that, just to like hang out. But I don't really want to be there with him and his girl. You know, it's kind of annoying. So I'm probably gonna Airbnb.
Did you look into finding an apartment for a month?
I'm not there yet. I think I'm going to do the Airbnb and or the sublease thing. For sure when I come out next time, like so if the October thing happens and I end up coming out then, I'm for sure going to do
I got a fucking book. Dude, I've got my hands
a sublease.
Since traffic sucks, I'm going to let you get your own Uber wherever you need to go, and I'll see you whenever you get here. And on that note, everybody, thank you for joining us on I'll see you when I see you. And we'll see you when we see you next week here on the What Everybody podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and report, as we like to say. Make sure you go to whateverbuddy.com. Do all the stuff. Add us on all your social medias because that's cool. Subscribe. We like that. Like shit because that's cool. And until next week, have a great week. Next week, Ryan will be here. How weird is that? I'm kind of having anxiety.
And then I can like, subscribe, and report Jonny for not showering.
That's right. And on that note, Have a good week.
You too.